Hold on. Oops. Something's weird. Wow. Hopefully things sound good. It's cutting in and out, so I don't know. There's things have been quirky today. We had an interesting. I know. I was watching the parts that weren't being cut out. For having such a crazy good backup on the system, it goes down quite a bit. All right, well, good. I'm glad this sounds good. Buenos dias. Bonus dias. That's a little odd. All right. Hey, we got clips from the... Hi, Carrie. How are you? Hey, we've got some crazy stuff to talk about from the BOCC meeting last night. Oh. Can it get any worse? I would suggest that it cannot. My name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Santa Rosa. Welcome, risers. Glad that you're here. 850-771-0049. Oh. Yeah, it is weird. It is weird. Hi, Rodney. All right. We've got a lot to talk about today. I don't know how we're going to cram it in. Hunter Biden's a racist, just like his dad. And we'll talk about that. Maybe. We might get to it. So much to cram into a small amount of time. So let's do this thing. Hey, your forecast for today. Some clouds this morning will give way to generally sunny skies for the afternoon, high near 87. Tonight, mostly clear, low near 73. Tomorrow, for your Thursday, some clouds in the morning giving way to mainly sunny skies for the afternoon. Kind of a cookie cutter of today. And a high near 87. All right, presently, it's 74 in Milton, 79 Gulf Breeze, 78 Navarre, 75 in Pensacola. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. We got much to discuss today. Did my picture disappear? What is going on today? Hold on a second. I've got weird stuff happening, so just gotta bear with me. I know I'm weird, but there's weird stuff happening to my visuals, so bear with me. All right. So the Board of County Commissioners meeting happened last night for Santa Rosa, and need more RAM. I got gazoodles. It's just I think there's a Windows update. It's kind of quirking things up. I don't need more RAM. All right, so the public forum came up, and Romy from South Santa Rosa News, we appreciate Romy and her hard work, and this is what happened. Check this out.
Romy White, Navarre.
Let me turn that down a little bit because that's extremely loud. Sorry, Romy. I'm going to pull you down a little bit. All right, here we go.
In Okaloosa County, Waste Pro provides trash pickup twice a week for less than the price South Santa Rosa citizens pay.
I'm going to do this real quick because this is going to be annoying if I don't. If that helps. Let's see if that helps. Okay. Love Romy. She is great. All right. So let's check this out.
Week pickup. Despite discussions last year to put the South Santa Rosa County garbage contract out for competitive bids, Santa Rosa County instead renegotiated an exclusive monopoly for Waste Pro with less pickups at a higher price. But that agreement did include provisions for more county oversight, including the ability for Santa Rosa County to fine Waste Pro for service mishaps and failures, such as missed trash pickups or spilled hydraulic fluid. However, allegations have surfaced involving Santa Rosa County staff. Those allegations include, but are not limited to, county staff allegedly deleting complaints from Santa Rosa County customers about Waste Pro's service. Therefore, I have a few questions. Can you confirm or deny that Attorney Michelle Ankers of Ankers Gibbon Law Firm was brought in by Santa Rosa County and has been looking into these allegations?
We have an ongoing investigation based upon an employee's complaints to the HR director.
Who made the decision to bring in Michelle Ankers, and what does that cost?
I did, to have an outside third party look at this issue, and we have not received an invoice to date.
Did you make that decision unilaterally without the board?
Now, this is Dan Schebler speaking, and he's saying, yeah, there is an investigation going on.
And if so, why wasn't law enforcement contacted, consider the nature of some of the allegations?
I made the decision unilaterally, yes. I missed the last part of your question.
Okay. And then were each of you 5 commissioners informed?
All right, so I want to tell you this. Romy is she is bird dogging this thing, all right? So Romy is not asking questions she doesn't know the answer to. It's not like she's digging, she's exposing. So just keep that in mind.
Informed by county staff about these issues prior to today?
As chairman, I was, yes.
I was not informed of this. This is new news, and I would like to ask you, Dan, I just met with you yesterday. Why was this not brought up to me? And I asked you, do we have anything going on?
I made the decision to inform the chairman because of the sensitive nature of the investigation and the fact that we had hired an outside third party.
Why was I not informed about it?
I just answered that question.
Well, these are the kind of problems that we've been continually having. Here we go again. This is a serious issue. You know, Waste Pro, this whole deal stinks.
All right. So, did any of the commissioners know? Nope. Nobody knew. Now, Peach knew because, well, you know, but nobody else knew. Now, James Calkins said, I met with you yesterday, and I asked you what was going on, if there's anything going on. Romy's using the Jedi mind trick. Look, this is really weird. This is very weird. Let's continue on.
From when it started, and, you know, no big contract. You know, we solved it in the north end. I want to solve it in the south end. I think that, but to find out that there's some...
Yeah, you didn't answer the question. So it has to do with staff ethics violations, deleting complaints, and that kind of thing. So it had nothing to do. So why not tell the board what's going on? Hey, we hired an investigator looking into a situation. May not discuss what it is, but you say, hey, so you're aware this is going on. But he didn't.
Investigation and board members aren't informed. I think that's a disgrace, and I don't appreciate that. Was any other board members informed about this? Any other board members briefed on this, other than the chairman? Did any board members know about this? I'd like to ask my fellow board members. Commissioner White, did you know about this?
I did not know about it, but if the chairman was involved and was told, and it was a sensitive personnel matter, it's not a place for the board to be involved. I personally don't find it important to be involved in personnel matters in the county for people that do not report directly to us.
Not when I specifically asked Dan, you a question, is there anything going on that I need to know about. And I expect you to report on all ongoing matters, especially issues regarding waste
So there's Colton Wright. He didn't know, but Dave Peach tells me what I need to know. And I want to be his pool boy, and so it's okay. That's okay with me. That Dave Peach knew, and he tells me what I need to know. That's it. Oh, my gosh. And I want to say, I don't have this video today. I'll share it tomorrow because we got so much stuff. But Colton Wright later on, somebody asked a question, have you read the Constitution? Ask everybody on the dais. Have you read the Constitution? And Colton says, I have it on my nightstand. I've read it with my children, or my children have read it, whatever. It's just the most ridiculous, stupid, mundane. He's such a ding-dong. Okay.
What a controversy this was in this county. It's one of the reasons why me and you, Commissioner Wright, was elected, was to do with the no bid contract and being exclusive for one company, no bid. And so I think this is a very serious issue, and I'm surprised. We got the news reporter knew about it, and we don't even know about it. If that's not a problem, that's a major problem. With the no bid contract and being exclusive for one company, no bid. And so I think this is a very serious issue, and I'm surprised. We got the news reporter knew about it, and we don't even know about it. If that's not a...
That is an issue. That is an issue. Why is it that Romy is aware of all this, and they are not? And I'm glad she exposed it. This is an ongoing issue. Why is it that Schebler is acting hinky with this thing? Schebler's just stepping into it again. He's too stupid or too arrogant. It's the latter. It's the latter. He is too arrogant. Gary says, my trash, my choice. All right, let's continue.
That's a major problem.
It is a major problem. If that's not a problem, I don't know what is. So that came up. So then Howard Steele wants to speak, and then they make, because he wasn't on the list, they make him wait till the end. So here's Howard. I'll play Howard because it's important to you. He does a great job, as Howard always does. Howard's a friend of the show, and he always does a great job at these. Here's Howard. He comes up here waiting for the microphone.
Howard Steele, Stewart-Milton, do you mean to tell me that Mr. Schebler unilaterally hired an attorney to look into an ethics issue with a staff member? He blatantly lied to the residents of this county.
Howard is aghast. He's aghast. What? How in the world do you not see the arrogance and the irony in this thing? Howard wants to know, wait a minute, wait. Are you telling me the city administrator, county administrator, who has ethics problems, proven on video ethics violations, hires an attorney to investigate staff ethics and violations? Oh my gosh. Oh. Let's continue with Howard.
I do not see an issue with that. Do you not see an issue with that, Mr. Parker? Do you not see an issue with the fact that the county administrator lied to the residents of this county, and now he has hired an attorney to look into an ethics issue with another staff member? Mr. Wright, I'm assuming by your statements earlier you don't have a problem with it.
He doesn't, because Dave Peach told him he doesn't.
Not knowing that he hired an attorney, so I'm assuming you don't have a problem with, I'm asking you, I don't want to speak for you. Do you have a problem with him hiring an attorney
to
look into ethics issue with...
Dave Peach speaks for him.
County administrator has the ability to do that.
That's not what I didn't ask if he had the ability. I asked if you had a problem with him.
This is what the board always does. I want you to be aware as you're listening to this, they always change the subject. They divert you to something else. They answer a question that is not there. I know, Carrie. But look, here's what they do. So the question is, do you see the irony in this liar who has ethics violations of his own investigating other people's ethics violations? That's the question. Like, well, he has the ability to do that. That's in his. No. That's not the question. It is typical deflection. And then the last time, when about him lying, they wrote him up a reprimand, which you were supposed to swallow, not because he lied, but because he missed the deadline. You get it? They keep deflecting and they keep changing the narrative.
You look at the ethics issue. Thank you.
I have a serious problem with
Thank you. I do too. Why don't?
Thank you. You're not going to answer the question.
Mr. Parker, would you answer that question for me, please?
Would say it one more time. I apologize for the
That's all right.
through it tonight.
I don't expect you to go off.
So Sam is, I repeat the question one more time. He knows what the question is. I'm sorry, Sam. You know what the question is. I've got a sore throat. I'm not talking a lot. I have a sore throat. You notice that Bob Cole's chair is empty yet again. He is still searching for his soul. It may be under the couch. Check there. He may have left it.
Long conversation about it. If you just, Mr. Wright said no, he doesn't have a problem with it. So do you have? Did you answer? I didn't hear you. If you did,
yeah.
Specific.
It's a yes or no question, Sam. It's a yes or no question. It doesn't take a lot of. You can say yes. Oh, my throat hurts. Well, just say yes or no, and you don't have to speak. But Sam can't do that.
With him hiring an outside attorney, or
I want to know if you feel like there's an issue with the county administrator having previously blatantly lied to the residents of this county, now hiring an attorney, an outside attorney, despite the fact that this board hasn't looked into it, hasn't hired an outside attorney, but he hired an outside attorney to look into an ethics issue with another staff member. Do you find I am drowning in the irony?
Right. To answer your question, I believe, and I'll refer that Dan had discussed this with our current in-house attorney, and they recommended that. Is that a correct statement?
But why is he even involved with it? That's what I have a problem with. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And Mr. Chairman, yes, there was a consultation with us, and under the circumstances, in these types of situations, it's generally recommended that the county seek another outside attorney who's independent and completely, devoid of any sort of biases with working with the county to look at this stuff. And I will caution the board about the substance of the investigation. It's still ongoing.
That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about.
Report yet submitted to the county.
I don't really need to know about the matter.
Excuse me, sir, I'm still speaking.
I know, but this is my time, and I want to use it wisely.
Sir, we'll just...
But I understand, but she answered what I needed to know.
And I'm still speaking.
And Howard's right. It is his time, and she's hogging it on something that doesn't apply.
Stop my statement.
We'll watch your time, sir.
And as I was saying, it's still an ongoing investigation, so I would caution the board about the substance of it. At this point in time, it's still not been made. The report hasn't even been given to the county yet.
That's beside the point. I don't really need to know about that.
Nobody is talking about the substance of it. Shut up. Shut up. Nobody is talking about the substance of it. Stop deflecting.
Making my point, the fact is that he has hired an attorney to look at an ethics issue when he himself has lied to this board that needs to be looked at himself. Why isn't this board hiring an outside attorney? Why isn't this board doing exactly what she doesn't want us to know about the other investigation? I don't need to know about the other investigation. That's irrelevant. I want to know about the investigation with the ethics with Mr. Schebler, our county administrator.
So to finish answering your question, I just wanted to make sure. So I found out about this issue, I believe, last week from an outside source. I had heard, I questioned staff. I did say I think I would have preferred to have known due to the sensitivity.
Ah, Sam knew about it last week. Interesting.
However, when he told me that Mr. Stewart looked at it, I don't know the details of it. I haven't been briefed on it. I was told that our current sitting attorney made a recommendation to have a third party look at it. Let me finish. With that, especially in light of recent events, as even you mentioned, I think the fact of having a third party look at it would take out any, I guess you could say, assumption or accusation of impropriety or wasn't investigated properly. So that part, I can say I don't have a problem with if our current attorney says, hey, I think this is proper to bring in a third party to do it. Now, I mean, I don't know if that was your question, or as far as, am I okay with him doing that without the board?
Do you not see the irony?
I don't know.
Do you not see the irony? I guess, do you see the irony?
It wasn't the question. The question is, do you see the irony in Schebler calling for and unilaterally starting an investigation into ethics violations? Do you see the irony when he himself is guilty of ethics violations? Sam, answer the question.
The irony with the county administrator blatantly lying to the residents on a serious matter and then coming before the board.
Do you know what irony means?
With the fact that he unilaterally hired an attorney to look into ethics issues. How can you not see the irony? I mean, I'm flabbergasted. I don't understand why. And okay, so let's move forward with, when is this going to be put on the agenda? Why is
because
the county
want to? Sam doesn't see it because he doesn't want to.
Top dog of the staff not being held to the same accountability as a building inspector, which quite frankly, I find the building inspectors to have the most ethical positions that I've ever had with any government official, building inspectors. Now, if that building inspector is going to be held to some ethical standards, why isn't his boss being held to an ethical standard? Why? Why are you just ignoring this? Great question. And I'm not leaving. I mean, I'm leaving as far as I'm leaving this podium when I'm instructed to, but I'm not leaving. And this matter it's not going to get any more comfortable. I promise you, it's probably going to get more uncomfortable. And if you and I have a conversation in private, it's going to get very uncomfortable.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know if that was still directed towards me. My only answer...
I'm just directing it to the board. I'm sorry.
The only answer I could give you in totality as far as the other matter you referenced is, I know the last time I believe that this board had a discussion on it, Commissioner Calkins had stated that he was going to bring back to this board an idea of a third-party independent review of that situation. I haven't... To my knowledge, I haven't seen that come back forward, and so that's the best I can answer it.
Forthcoming.
I hope that I've answered
your
question on it.
And my issue is it just keeps on going. Yesterday, I just met with him and asked.
Now we get to it. It's Calkins' fault. There we go. And then the dog pile.
Things going on, and he doesn't even tell me. Then we hear it from a brilliant investigative journalist. Thank God for Romy White and the South Santa Rosa News. I got to say, I mean, I get more information from South Santa Rosa News than my own county administrator, which is baffling.
So I think Commissioner Parker told you the last action was Commissioner Calkins was going to bring something to this board. He has yet to do that. So that's where that matter stands.
Let me just point blank ask you, are you intimidated?
Here we go. Dog pile.
Schebler?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm not intimidated by anyone, sir.
Mr. Wright, are you intimidated by Mr. Schebler?
So it's his fault. It's James Calkins' fault that they don't see the irony in the ethics problems with Dan Schebler. Calkins was supposed to do it, and he didn't do it. He hasn't done it yet. We've yet to see that, so there you go.
Not a person on this planet that intimidates me, sir.
Mr. Parker?
I can't.
The question is, are you intimidated by Mr. Schebler? All right? The question, straightforward question, are you intimidated by Schebler?
Mr. Wright, because I will say that I think if I leave my dirty dishes out on the
that's a good one.
stand beside the chair, then I would.
Except for Dave Peach. Because I want to be his pool boy. There's not a person on this planet that intimidates me. When Colton Wright speaks, there is no sincerity in his voice. He tries to sound sincere, but it falls flat.
Well, Mama, but no, sir. I think I have a pretty healthy working relationship with everybody on staff.
It just appears to this board that it appears to us that.
No, stop the levity. Answer the blasted question.
I'm just being intimidated by Mr. Schebler, and you just can't seem to you're just derelict in your duties. And it shouldn't take a third party. It shouldn't have taken the suggestion that you have a third party. It should have been y'all three of you said, this is unethical, you lied, you blatantly lied to the people of this county, you've got to go.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Appreciate your input.
It shouldn't.
Suggestion that you have a third party. It should have been y'all three of you said, this is unethical, you lied, you blatantly lied to the people of this county, you've got to go.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Appreciate your input.
All right. Great job, Howard. Great job as always. And Howard is exactly right. Why does it always come down to this kind of garbage? It's a fight tooth and nail by the people of Santa Rosa to get some honesty, to get some kind of something honest out of this board. You can't even get a straight, honest answer out of the board, out of a simple question, without them deflecting and trying to go to something else. It's not about the ethics investigation. It's about who called for it. It's not about him missing the deadline. It's about him lying about missing the deadline. Yeah, you can email or call any county commissioner. You got one who's going to give you an honest answer. Holy mackerel, people. These guys need to be run out of town on a rail. These guys are the worst. The absolute worst. Sam can't focus on the question, evidently, to answer it, yes or no. I got a sore throat, so I can't do a rambling 7.5 minute diatribe on a question that's a yes or no question. You got Colton, who can't give an answer unless Dave Peach feeds it to him. Holy mackerel. Just wow. Just wow. Are they intimidated? I know. It's always finger pointing, and it's always to the only guy who wants the answers. Why is that? CC'd in a simple email with a final decision regarding the matter. Yeah. I mean, why can't they just get it through their head? They think they can whitewash this stuff. They think they could just kind of put a little spackle on it and smooth things over. And these guys are the worst. Are they intimidated by Schebler? I don't know. Does Schebler have something on them? I don't know. You're not going to get that truth either. Answer the question, do you see the irony? Do you see how this views to the people? You've got a guy that has severe ethics violations. He lied multiple times to the public about the same subject. And now he's hiring an attorney to investigate somebody else's ethics violations. Do you not see the problem here? Nope. Are you saying he didn't have the right to do that? Are you saying that he's not supposed to, it's not within his job purview? I'm saying, do you see the irony? Are the consequences, I don't know. Are the consequences coming? How did Colton Wright even get that spot? How did he? Okay, I'm just straightforward. Do you know where Sam stands on anything? I'm just wondering. You get a politician's answer, you get a long diatribe, but do we know anything? What did we say? What were we talking about? It was 8 minutes ago, and I forgot what the question was. My gosh. They always change what we're talking about. I don't know. But why are they letting him? Why are they allowing it? 850-771-0049. This is ridiculous. I know. I'm done with all of them. I'm done with all of them. Could your board get any worse? I would submit that it cannot. You talk about the good old boy club. That is the good old boy club. Covering for each other. And because Calkins doesn't go with the good old boy club, they point all the fire to him. Well, he said he was going to do it, but he didn't do it. Taking all the, let's move all the blame. Remember when this all came up with Schebler lying? And Calkins wasn't Christian enough. He needs to read a book. Oh, he's never been in business. He's ignorant. Totally taking it out of context. It is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. These guys need to go. Gone. You take a solid stand for the right or go. That's your choice. Oh my gosh. It is wow. It is wow. Man. It is beyond me. It is beyond me. All right, so I want to cover this. We could still talk about the commissioners meeting if you want to. But we had yesterday in the show, during the show, about this time, I guess, Justin had some police outside his house. Told to get back in the house. Unmarked cars all over the place. Couldn't figure out what was going on, and we do know that there were some issues. There was a man that they were after. He was arrested after the Florida Department of Law Enforcement executed a search warrant at his Milton home Tuesday morning. It was around 7 a.m. Agents arrested Joseph Sanderson, 67, on 15 counts of possession of child sexual abuse material. The investigation began in March based on information that an online address was being used to request multiple child pornography files. The agents, assisted by Milton Police Department and Homeland Security investigations, served a search warrant at Sanderson's residence. They found numerous printed magazines and seized that contained images depicting child sexual abuse. Some of the child victims were as young as 3 years old. Sanderson was booked into the Santa Rosa County Jail. No bond pending for the pending first appearance. It said charges are dependent upon completion of the forensic exams. So there you go. Commissioners don't need a third party. That's their job to either to keep him or to remove him. Exactly, Jeff. Exactly. 850-771-0049. Apparently, a 20-year employee was fired. We knew more about this. All right. So that was what happened at Justin's neighborhood yesterday. Justin's got children. That should concern you. All right. The future of the wastewater plant is now more solid. City of Milton and Santa Rosa County have agreed to construct the city's future wastewater treatment plant on county-owned property further away from Blackwater River and east of the initially planned site. Commissioners last night agreed to funding up to $500,000 in American Rescue Plan funding to study the site. It'll also include a rapid infiltration basin system. If the research determines it is appropriate, a proposed location and funding from developer Edwin Henry is now off the table. So there you go. I think that will put some people at ease if they can get that through. Yes? Make you feel better? Makes me feel better. All right, so this is interesting. Rebecca Jones. She's the former Florida Department of Health data analyst who was fired for insubordination. Oh, yeah, and for taking materials that were not her own. Remember, they raided her house? She posted a video to Instagram on Tuesday saying she plans to run against Northwest Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz for his District 1 seat. So here's the video. Hold on to your hats, kids. This is weird.
Held off on making any final decisions about running for office was because that I hoped the criminal justice system would remove Matt Gaetz from Congress on its own. That is taking a very long time, and none of it is certain, especially because the rich and powerful play by their own rules. They don't play by the same rules as everybody else. I had hoped that someone in the Republican Party would step up and primary him, and I've yet to see that happen. And so if it takes me going home to Florida to run against Matt Gaetz, then I will do it. If it means getting one child sex trafficker out of office, you're damn right I'll do it.
Watch her. Watch your face. Oh, there's the little wink. There's the little wink. Oh, my gosh. If it wasn't for AOC, this woman would be the stupidest woman on the face of the earth. Oh, my gosh. You're dang right I'll do it. Oh, my word. What a moron. What an absolute moron. And all Gaetz needs to do is ignore her. Ignore her. She is not worthy of any response whatsoever. That video announcement comes a day after Twitter suspended her account for violation of the platform's rules. Didn't say what it was, but she had violated the rules, and they suspended her account. Holy mackerel. The woman, if it wasn't for AOC, she'd be the dumbest on the face of the earth. Oh my gosh. Mr. Gaetz, ignore her. Ignore every time she speaks, just release everything that she's done. More than 170 healthcare workers at Houston, Texas hospital were reportedly suspended for 2 weeks without pay this week for choosing not to get the coronavirus vaccine by the hospital's Monday deadline. The hospital requires the vaccine of its workers. The employees will be fired after the 2 weeks if they don't get vaccinated. Houston Methodist Hospital President and CEO Mark Boom said that 99% of its more than 2,500 workers have been vaccinated by the deadline. It's unfortunate that today's milestone of Houston Methodist becoming the safest hospital system in the country is being overshadowed by a few disgruntled employees, Boom said in a statement. He announced the suspensions in an internal memo obtained by the Washington Post on Tuesday. You need to get the vaccine or you're fired. Why is that well, got to be the safest. How many, I want to know how many people in your hospital are hospitalized. How many patients are there with COVID? How many beds in your hospital are full because of COVID? That's what I want to know. I would sue the pants off of them. I would sue the pants off of them. Good. They should sue them. Absolutely. You can't fire me. They should be able to identify as vaccinated. Look, I've had the coronavirus. I've had the COVID. I have antibodies. The antibodies that I have, now the shot is supposed to contain antibodies. I don't know. That's what vaccines do. They don't talk about that. But I've got antibodies that are more powerful than a vaccine. I don't need your vaccine. Now, when I'm talking about the COVID vaccine, I get the little thing below my video from Facebook with the facts about the COVID vaccine. Bull crap. So bogus. Oh, man. And people are losing their jobs because they don't want the vaccine. Interesting. Do you find that interesting? Wowee. All right. I'm going to show you this. Before I do this, let me bring up our vice president. Now, she's at a news conference, takes questions in Mexico City. She won't do a press conference on our border, but she goes to Mexico City. There you go.
Next question will come from Maria Fernanda at Univision.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. For me, it's an honor because I actually got to vote for the first time as a nationalized citizen, and I voted for you. So my question is...
She's gushing over Kamala. Now, the question is not a bad question.
These women, those mothers, and also women of color on both sides of the border, farmers, many of them who I see every day, as a message of hope, but also as what will you do for them in the next coming years?
That's a great question.
So it's not a bad question, but you want to know what the problem is? She's not from Univision. She's not the same woman at all. The moderator, Harris's people, did not check her out. It's not a Univision person. And she gushes over the vice president. Oh, my first time voting and I voted for you, blah, 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 blah. Ridiculous. Why aren't these people vetted? All right. So let's talk about the racist. Now, we know his dad's a racist. We know that. It's a well-known fact. Hunter Biden's father is a racist. We have years of video to prove he's racist. We know that. Now we know that Hunter is. In a series of texts between Hunter Biden and his lawyer, Biden used the N-word to address the white lawyer multiple times. One series of texts in December 2018 obtained by the Daily Mail shows Biden and corporate attorney George Mezers discussing pay. How much money do I owe you? Because N-word, you better not be charging me Hennessy rates, said Biden. The conversation continues on with Biden texting, that's what I'm saying, N-word, with a photo accompanying it. The photo isn't downloaded. Why are you so tan? Mizers responded to the photo. I'm sorry for sexting you accidentally. That was meant for another friend named Georgia, Hunter replied. In another exchange between the two, recovered from January 2019, they discussed unconditional love and joked about Biden's penis. There are ideals of unconditional love that serve as proxies. I don't have many. You, God, wrote Misers. OMG, N-word. Did you just a fictional character from the imagination of collected, frightened, and my dead brother's unconditional love is what I should rely on, and my kids aren't children, George, replied Biden. My parents' love was conditioned, said Misers. My penis, as of late, has been unconditional, Biden responded. Later in the conversation, Biden said, it's a big penis, George. They always find it, and I only love you because you're black. It's so annoying when you interject with frivolity, said Misers, to which Biden responded, true dat, N-word, but I'm done my rant. Now, Hunter's either gone full-blown gangsta or he's a racist. What a piece of trash. What a piece of trash. Now, they don't care that this stuff comes out now because Biden's in office. This wouldn't have been, how would this have been played? Are you seeing this anywhere? How would this have been played if this was, let's say, one of Trump's sons? Anybody? If this was one of Trump's boys that spoke like this with his lawyer and a text, the world would come unglued. They would lose it. But no, it's Hunter Biden, Joe's criminal son, who's a druggie, who is he's a traitor, he's treasonous, and he's a racist. Bravo. Good stock. Good stock. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. No, you're correct. And Hunter is, look, what would happen if this was one of Trump's boys? They would have been all over this. The media would be all over this. But they aren't. They just turn a blind eye to it. Why? Because he's Democrat, and he can't be racist if he's a Democrat. Oh, forget the history of the KKK. Forget that you have lots of KKK people that were in the Democratic Party. Just ignore that. Just ignore that the Democrats love to keep black people in submission. Just ignore those things. Hunter is a racist. And Joe Biden is a racist. Forget that he got a not so black vice president. Kamala's not black. Obama was only half black. But he was clean and well-spoken. Oh my gosh. If anybody else would do these things, the top would explode. Absolutely explode. What is and look, I don't view things through a racist lens. That stuff he said, that's racist. Those things that he said are racist. There's things that people take and twist and, oh, you're a Karen, you must be racist, you got white privilege. This guy is the epitome of white privilege. And he's the epitome of a racist. And they get to skate. They get to skate. Just beyond. And not only, I'm done being mad at Biden's, they're just ignorant, trashy people. I am angry at the media. Why doesn't someone go on CNN and complain about this? Easy, guys. Easy, guys. So, what if someone said, hey, how come you're not challenging the Bidens on their racism? Here's the stuff. How many times you reported this? Ask Brian Stetler that, the transvestite. Ask Don Lemon that question. Ask Cuomo that question. Ask Jake Tapper that question. They won't answer it. They won't answer it. Ask Rachel Maddow that question. Why aren't you challenging the Bidens on their racism? Because they can't. If it was Trump, even if it was just implied, they would. But this is blatant. This is blatant, and they turn a blind eye to racism. Now, for a media that loves racism, why aren't they doing this? Does that make them racist? They love racism. It gives them ratings. So why aren't they handling this the proper way? None of the scandal about Biden matters because Democrats will be elected through voter fraud. But let's expose the racism. Then if it doesn't matter, expose it. Put it out there. Why is there not a question on this? We'll never know. Because the media is a lapdog. The media is Biden's lapdog, just like Colton Wright is to Dave Peach. That's how it works. That's how it works. I still fail to understand how these things can be just ignored. How is it? Someone tell me, how is it that things could be ignored? Blatant things get ignored. Ethics violations by this individual, he's the worst. If you want a villain for Santa Rosa, this guy's it. This guy's it. And he gets a skate. He gets a skate and he gets a paycheck. And you've got the Bidens who get a skate because nobody wants to hold them accountable. Nobody's going to hold them accountable. You don't have a chairman for the county commissioners that's going to hold them accountable. You have three other commissioners that will not hold them accountable. You got one. And is it complacency? Is it complacency? I don't think so. I don't think so. You see the shell game. They keep changing the subject. They keep making it about what it's not about. They keep making it about what it's not about. Why is that? Well, Kim, I agree. We shouldn't. But why was there not more on the public forum last night screaming? Howard. Why is that? Why were there not more people on the public forum screaming? And that's exactly what the county commissioners want. Just to you to lose interest and go away. Because they keep making it about what it's not about. Oh, he missed the deadline. No. That is bad. Lying about it multiple times. That is what everybody's angry about. being a racist is bad for Biden. His son being a racist, bad. But why is it that they always point to Trump? It's Trump's fault. Trump is a racist. Trump is a racist. They keep bringing up that thing in Charlotte where he said there's good people on both sides and taking it out of context, making it something it's not. When you have Hunter Biden, who is a racist, and Joe Biden, who is a racist, they have years and years and years of video for that, and yet they ignore it. Yeah, well, let's do it. When the subject of Schebler is brought up, the commissioners have blank faces and move to the next public speaker. Or they eat up your time. I'm talking, the lawyer says. Yeah, but you're not talking about what I'm talking about. Howard kept going, that's not what we're talking about. And she kept going on, I'm speaking. He says, it's my time. Let's deflect. I don't care. My question wasn't that. My question is, do you not see the irony in the liar who has severe ethics problems? This guy has severe ethics problems, hiring a lawyer to investigate other people with ethics problems. Oh, it's James Calkin's fault. You see the shell game. Will it be too late, Sharon? Can you wait that long? You got Cole, who may or may not run again. Dave Peach says he doesn't care. He'll be the same person he was when he got in, which is just a shame. He's not growing. I don't care how old you are. If you're not growing, there's something wrong. And there's something very deeply wrong with the Santa Rosa County Board of County Commissioners. Very deeply wrong. Something spiritually. There is no depth to these people. They're that deep. I don't even want to hear Colton Wright speak. If I want anything out of you, I'll ask Peach. Because that's where it's at. That's the kind of Board of County Commissioners you have. What is going on? What is going on? I want a yes or no. Well, no, I don't want a 7-minute diatribe. I want a yes or no. Boom, boom. That's it. Give it to me. Just tell me where you stand. Colton, I'll say whatever Peach wants me to say. Sam feels everything needs a speech. It doesn't. It doesn't need a speech. All it needs is a yes or a no. And for some reason, they are incapable of answering a direct question. You need to be concerned about that. They're either too stupid to answer a direct question, or they don't value who you are. That's it. There is no in between. They're too stupid to answer a direct question, or they don't value you. It should not be that difficult to get a yes or a no. Do you see the irony in this? Yes, I get it. Or no, I don't get it. Well, if they said no, that would expose their stupidity or their arrogance. That's where we're at. This board needs to go. Not at election time, now. And I don't know how you do that. This is scary. This is scary that they wield that much power and they can sit in a public forum and just blow you off. All right, we'll have some more from the county commissioners meeting tomorrow. Join us on a Thursday for more Sunrise Santa Rosa. Like the video, share the video. God bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Stay strong. I can't get it to turn off. It won't turn off. It must be a sign from God. All right. See ya.